right, y'all. Welcome back to the finale. It's been a good little series. Shout out to everybody who's been here since the beginning. Comment down below and say I've been here since episode 1. But now we on the finale of the 12 levels of the back room. It's been fun, bro. And we still gotta check. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot more back rooms to uncover, but you know what I'm saying? We're getting the basic understanding, basic knowledge of, like, I guess the Limewood archives or whatever the hell. And then we got the canon one to do next after this. So I hope you guys are strapped in, bro. It's a lot more backrooms content coming. So just make sure y'all here, subscribe, post notifications, all that. I usually post these more towards nighttime, Eastern time. And yeah, bro, no intro. Let's just get into the final part of the backrooms, level 10 through 12. Let's go.
Let's stop and smell the almonds.
Oh, hold on. Got you my audio output real quick. Alright, there you go. Boom.
Almonds. Level 10 scores a 2 on difficulty and entity count, as well as 1 on chaos, averaging to 1.667 on the Bassett-Fraser Index.
Pretty simple.
Level 10 is an expanse of loamy earth filled with golden shafts of almond grain, with large twisted oak trees coming from the ground, and a hazy mist covering the azure sky. A series of large metal silos filled with almond grain can be found along with rusted farmhouses. However, it's advised to avoid these places as they are protected by hostile entities found nearby. Because of this, not much is known about the structures. The field grows almond grain.
Is it the smiley face? Is the smiley face on every level, or is he just you know what I'm saying, keep using the same images?
A plant exclusive to the backrooms used for making fresh almond water. This process is detailed on ceramic tablets by ancient civilizations, such as the Legion. The process starts with almond grain being ground up and then mixed for a few minutes in large vats of fresh water in order to become fresh almond water. Many merchants became rich due to the profitable almond water trade, with the process being done by cheap slave labor, as gallons of almond water could be traded for raw materials. However, this industry is also dangerous, as the almond grains follow a strict growth cycle, blooming in the summer and seeding in the fall. During the spring season, the grain lets out a hallucinogenic pollen that causes wanderers to wander aimlessly before collapsing in the fields, with the dead eventually decomposing into the ground. Now, if you do come across a body with a thin layer of pollen lining the flesh, don't be alarmed, as many of these so-called corpses are actually living people in a comatose state. If they are taken away from the fields and treated, they can be cured, however will have permanent mental changes, such as increased hostility, aversion to light, and a strange urge to, quote, maintain the backrooms, and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, alright, leave them where they lay. You know what I'm saying? Leave them right there. Don't touch them.
Weird.
Don't touch them.
Of course, a few colonies reside in level 10, starting with the Harvest, which is a group of reanimated humanoids wearing a scarecrow outfit, and
Tell me shit y'all got going on in the back room. Scarecrow people?
they control large areas of level 10. They are organized and intelligent, and harvest almond grain to be placed in massive silos, being immune to the hallucinogenic effects of the almond grain, with a social hierarchy and a farmer underclass existing, with the underclass burying themselves at night while the rest hide in farmhouses. The harvest are hostile and can't be reasoned with, and will even hunt wanderers with sickles, scythes, and other agricultural equipment.
Yeah, but what about that Glock 19? You feel what I'm saying?
In order to use them as fertilizer, so it's best to avoid them at all costs. IsiahCozy is a unitary state of the UNCB, and was formed when the leaders of the Morovite made a deal with the Kazudian people. The colonies houses around 120 people, and contains residential structures and cultivated farmland. The economy is made almost entirely from the almond water trade, with materials from—
Who are they trading with? You see what I'm saying?
Level 9 and wood from the twisted oak trees being used for construction. In the past, the Morovite monarchy clashed with nomadic communities, forming a lasting tension. It's advised to be careful when entering IsiahCozy, as they are suspicious to newcomers. Several nomadic communities make up the rest that rob nearby silos and harvest almond grain in the fall, and often fight with the harvest over resources. These communities vary in hostility, so it's advised to keep your distance. You can enter level 10 by digging through patches of earth in level 9, and you can exit level 10 by entering isolated doors that will take you to one of the houses in level 11. Level 11, the Neighborhood of Darkness. Let's begin. Level 11 scores a 3 on difficulty and entity count, as well as 2 on chaos, averaging to 2.6 on the Bassett-Fraser Index. Level 11 is a very large suburban neighborhood composed of
I thought this show was going to be like the chill hub, the hub world, but I guess not.
1 to 2 story houses. There is no weather, and the level is constantly dark and always at midnight, with the only light source being the rows of street lamps with death moths hovering around them.
Death moths?
The level is typically quiet, with the sounds of crickets and occasional pitter-patter from the carpet fluid, dripping from a large megastructure, lighting up the sky with fluorescent lights, known as the Cogwell Matrix. Black metallic pipes run across the Cogwell Matrix and are filled with carpet fluid, occasionally bursting open and raining on the houses below. These houses of level 11 also have many strange features, such as the inside being larger than the outside, grass yards as floor instead of wooden floorboards, and chandeliers that defy gravity by hanging upwards from the floor,
with
other strange anomalies in level 11 being stairways that lead to nowhere, and entire houses floating in the sky. When you enter level 11, you will most likely be placed near the center of the level, which contains few entities and wealthy gated communities. However, the quality degrades as you go further from the center, becoming slums that contain small amounts of food in the cabinets, but not enough to survive off of, as well as having massive amounts of entities. It's worth noting that the center has no food, and inside level 11, you get hungrier faster. On top of this, the only exits are far away from the center, so you can't stay for long in the center or even the slums. After passing the slums, you'll reach the industrial sector, which contains large factories that tower over the landscape, constantly spewing hazy gas that pollutes the air, creating massive gray clouds that make the Cogwell Matrix impossible to see. This section will rain down carpet fluid, turned acidic by the sulfuric smoke, so try and cover any exposed skin. The industrial sector is inhabited by a race known as the Elites that will
do they got races for every level? Different people? How are they? What?
Will offer you a position at their factories, offering rations as payment. The conditions are subpar, but it's the only way to sustain yourself. These factories produce unusual objects, with the intention of mass production being unknown. Past the industrial sector is a large expanse of rocky terrain with no structures or life. It stretches for 60,000 miles before being cut off by a massive wall of houses, making further travel impossible.
What?
The single colony residing on level 11 is the previously mentioned Bavarian Elites, a group of shadow-like entities inhabiting what they call New Bavaria, operating the facilities and factories that make up the industrial sector. With little
so these niggas probably got interest to the back rooms. You got to question these motherfuckers because they look like they have a big role to play in this.
Information on their operations known, although an ulterior motive is speculated. If you accept their offer and work in their factories for a week, they'll give you chemicals that they claim prevent depression and increase productivity, and after taking them, you'll no longer feel emotion and only have an urge to work. Observations have shown that after a month of taking the chemical, you'll have become almost machine-like, working without sleep until you die of exhaustion, only existing to serve the elites. At this point, you are no longer considered human, instead being instances of Entity 12. You can enter level 11 through isolated doors with a metal frame found in level 10. To exit, you can find large frames of metal skyscrapers in between the massive wall and the industrial sector that have a metal door. Entering them will lead to level 12.
What is that?
Level 12, a giant middle finger to end the quantum stable levels. Level 12 scores a 5 on every category and will fuck you up faster than you can say,
I hate the old wiki.
so you better pay attention. Level 12 is the ruins of an infinite city that was destroyed by the supernova from the Eye of God, completely obliterating the ozone layer in the process. The landscape is composed of rubble, crumbling remains of walls, and twisted rebar poking up from the ground. The sunlight is blinding and lethal, forcing travelers during the day to stay in the shade, with skyscrapers destroyed completely or reduced to their ground floor by debris, and concrete basements can be inhabited for some well-needed shelter. Although these underground structures are still unsafe, so it's advised to stay cautious, as various entities have been known to hide inside basements and cellars, so search the area before setting up camp.
Bro,
a way of
what?
clearing entity nests is by lighting fire salt charges. During the night, entities will roam freely around the debris-littered surface of level 12, making it even more dangerous. On top of this, portal shatter from the fractured Eye of God's beam portal brings a constant stream of entities from various levels into level 12. If you see floating embers gathering, leave the area immediately, as it's a sign a new portal will form and dump more entities into the level. Inside level 12, you have 3 options: traveling by day, traveling by night, or preferably dying. Traveling by day lets you avoid entities, but being scorched by the sun is a big threat. Also remember to find shelter before around noon, when the sun is highest. Traveling by night lets you avoid the sun, but risk being killed by entities. It's advised to always be armed, mobile, and ready to flee at any moment. Level 12 also has numerous areas that should be avoided at all costs, such as lakes of molten metal that radiate extreme heat and reflect the deadly sunlight during the day, as well as pieces of the Eye of God that are infested with entities, especially the main lens fragment that contains the beam portal that connects to any level. However, the entity count is far too high to deal with, even by massive, heavily armed groups. Surprisingly, colonies still live here, starting with the UNCB research headquarters, which is a mine shaft under the original base before level 12 went kaput, populated by scientists, soldiers, administrators, and other staff who are responsible for managing all scientific UNCB projects and the most important experiments, with rumors ranging from unethical entity-human hybrids to particle accelerators. The BEA outpost Boha is an outpost used for storing and selling goods, both legal and illegal, and operating on the bottom floors of a ruined skyscraper with UV blocking tents set up around it. Several JRC mercenaries under contract defend the base from entities, and is most commonly known as the center of the flat gas incident of 06.
So how do they get weapons, like guns and stuff, in and out, and how do they get ammo?
Post-Supernova Mining Organization Bunker, or PSMO-1, is located deep underground, dedicated to extracting steel from the Dyson Sphere remnants, being a dangerous yet profitable endeavor. You can enter level 12 through doors in ruined skyscrapers on the outskirts of level 11, and you can leave by entering the remains of an apartment building that will lead to level 13.
Well, there we did it. We finished it, folks. Everybody give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. Pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? Some people will just watch this one sitting. Me, I'd rather do it in little doses, little chunks, because it makes it more digestible. You know what I'm saying? Versus just doing it all at once. You know what I'm saying? Trying to understand it. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this little mini series right here. We got more things to do. Don't worry. We're going to check out more videos, more backrooms, and hella stuff. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Like, subscribe to IsiahCozy, and yeah, this is crazy, bro. The Backrooms is definitely wicked. Like, there's so much things in there that just need more explaining. Like, I don't know, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one, bro. Peace out.